the girls that come to Excelsior have overwhelmingly suffered trauma in their lives, often prenatally and in early childhood, which unfortunately tends to repeat itself throughout their lives. They're with us to try to treat those behavioral and emotional problems, to try to stabilize, get them back into the communities, back into their homes, you know, where they can be supported and they can be functioning in our society. For a lot of these girls, the deck is really stacked against them before birth. We take these teenage girls that are really struggling and we get them almost immediately on the horses.
1, 2, 3, yep. Atta girl. Hands up, twist. Back that way, on your back.
I think of Terry's equine program as really kinesiology based, along with this kind of neurobiological impact. They do riding that they never thought they could do. They do all this funny looking riding where they're riding backwards and some of them on their knees and in these small circles.
Focus.
And they learn how to ride very, very quickly. And in the meantime, he's doing all of these funny movements that are correlating with working on parts of their brain that are not functioning as they should be.
16.
So the movements that he is really, really so skilled at picking up on what is difficult for them, and so he can pinpoint where the problems are and he can really hone in on those and focus on those, and so he'll do the different drills with the different girls. Some of them are riding backwards, some of them are doing sideways movements, up and down.
Nice, honey.
You know, he's focusing on that because that's where he sees the struggle, and so he can then discuss that with them. So he's doing it on that kinesiology, that movement basis to affect their brain.
See, I think that's what's holding you back than having everything all the little duckies in a row and you're doing really great, is I think you just still feel that there's a sense of belonging, sense of being part of something.
What we know is that there are certain movements that we can do with our body that sends the messages, the electrical chemical messages through our brain, and it will reroute some of those messages. And we know that with repeated sort of stimulation, we create these neural pathways in areas that were not being used before. I know the movement is a large part of it, but I also think it's a lot of Terry's personality that lets the girls be open to that.
Okay, very good. Oh, I'm dizzy. It's hard for you to express yourself, but the reason it's hard for you to express yourself is because your perception is over here of how you want to see things. And that's really different, look at me, and that's really different than what everybody else is looking at. The question is how do we change the way you see things?
I've been going to the ranch for over 10 years now, and so I've seen the theory sort of catch up with him in a good way.
10, 12, 14, 16.
He's very much in line with what's happening in the field today. From the experiential side, I mean, I experience it. I see that it helps, and I see that he's right when he points out issues and problems that are going on.
You obviously can trust people because you trust me, right? All right. Does not mean that you have to change your perspective. It just means you appreciate what they're saying. And then you can think, well, should I change my viewpoint or not?
So the real value that I see in Terry's program is that the girls, they see themselves doing things they never thought they could do, and they feel hope for themselves in other parts of their lives as well.